Well, hello, chat. Basement crew. What's happening, everybody? Welcome into the Saturday night stream. A mere 24 hours after D23. Actually, by the time that shit ended, a mere fucking 20 hours. Less than that. Anywho. We are back. And whereas we watched and reacted to D23 tonight, we are breaking that shit down. We're breaking it all down. We're breaking down the trailers. We're breaking down the casting. We're going through it as only nerds can do. So, fill your cup and light your smoke. Why? Because it's time to get nerdy. Greetings, chat, basement crew. What is happening? Welcome in to this Saturday evening stream, this post D23 stream, where we shall be digging deep as only nerds do. What's happening, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm glad to see you as always. Got Spicy Dan and Brooke. Matthew, what's going on, brother? Haven't seen you in a minute. That's okay. I'm just glad you're here. And, hopefully you've been watching the replays and giving me watch hours when you're not here. Anywho, and Griff and Spicy Dan. What's crack-a-lackin', y'all? What is crack-a-lackin'? Ooh, a cool Dr. Doom theory video. It's titled, How Dr. Doom Was Created by Endgame's 1970 Time Travel Mistake. Interesting. Creative. I already know I disagree with it, but creative. Matthew, Doomsday trailer is pretty darn good. Vision Quest was weird. Yeah, I can see that. And Ahsoka was trash. Totally disagree. Ripping off Heir to the Empire with Disney Thrawn. I mean, yeah, they're doing some sort of Heir to the Empire adaptation. That's sure. No Luke or Mara. Yeah, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. That is definitely one thing that Filoni should do, is give us what we all have been wanting for fucking ever, and that is Prime EU Luke Skywalker. We need that shit. Return of Hayden Skywalker. That I'm actually happy about. But yeah, no, I am 100% behind you when it comes to no Luke or Mara. They need to get Filoni. Dave Filoni. I need you to handle business and give us fucking OP, badass beyond all comprehension EU Luke. We all need that shit in our lives. Why is my head all weird? We need that in our lives, Dave. Give it to us. Brooke says, I'm hoping with Ahsoka Season 2 they can continue to explore the lore of Mortis and potentially dive into the lore of Avalon. Oh, that's coming. That is... Damn it, I should have watched the next breakdown. I'm not that good at spotting Easter eggs and shit, so I tend to watch other people's stuff and decide if I agree or disagree, and then engage in discussions based on their stuff and homage them and give them props and all that good shit. So haven't seen the new Spider-Man, Matthew? Wonder if it breaks all records. Not all of them. It is not going to make what Endgame made. Let's not forget, Endgame made like $2.8 billion. Now, there is a good chance that it will come within 200 to 300 million of that. Well, probably 300 or 400 million of that. I can totally see Spider-Man getting to 2425 at this point. I had guesstimated its ceiling at 2.3, but it would appear I went a little low on that. And honestly, I'm starting to waver on what I've been saying. That Spider-Man will make more than Doomsday. I don't know about that anymore. Like, pre-sales numbers are fucking crazy. I probably didn't bookmark the tweet having to do with it, but yeah, Doomsday pre-sales are also already setting records. So, and Marvel Studios gets to keep all of that money. They got to fork over 75% to Sony for Spider-Man, but still, I mean, $1/4 of 2.5 billion is still 600 million. So they're still not going to be hurting at all. Marvel is back. Yes. Star Wars is still in the gutter. I mean, yeah. I ain't going to argue about that. Star Wars needs like 5 fucking bangers in a row, and their upcoming slate does not contain that. So yeah, Star Wars is still in the gutter. But like all gutters, something cool and something good does occasionally float towards the gutter, or float on top of what's in the gutter. I'm hoping Ahsoka is that shit. I'm hoping Ahsoka's that. I'm hoping Starfighter's that, because I have zero confidence that the Kinberg trilogy will be that. The Kinberg trilogy will literally be turds floating in the gutter, barring a miracle. Matthew says, I do truly admire those who get enjoyment out of Disney Star Wars like my sister does. She wants to see the Mando movie. Tell her to wait for streaming. I just don't get it. I'm an old school OT fan. I want to see the Star Wars 1977 50th. Oh, I am so seated. I am so seated, because I was only like 2.5 when that shit came out in theaters. So, original theatrical cut, none of the extra stuff that George shoved in later in the 90s or 2000s, whenever he did that. Han will still shoot first. Give me all of that shit. Oh, I'm so stoked for that. The original theatrical cut. I will get to experience what boomers got to experience in 77. And I am fucking thrilled about it. Watched Doomsday trailer like 5 times now, Brooke. I've watched it a few times. Guess what? We're going to be watching it a couple more tonight. Once all the way through, like straight through, and then we'll get into it, see what we can recognize ourselves. I got to try and figure out something. My stream last night was blocked for a bit, and I'm still not 100% sure what I had YouTube delete for me, but hopefully it doesn't happen tonight for this stream. But yeah, I actually I threw Disney Plus up on the 65 and watched the trailer on the TV today. Bruh. That was so amazing. And I cannot wait till next month when Endgame Encore comes out, because you know that trailer will be attached to Endgame Encore. I can't wait to see that trailer one more time on a big, 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 big motherfucking screen. Oh yeah. Doom has aura, literally aura farming the entire Doom's gonna aura farm for like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Come December. That's literally what's gonna happen. React to that video I shared, but it's 35 minutes long. Yeah. I'm not gonna say a hard no, but I will be perfectly honest, and the odds are slim. Go ask Sci-Fi Beat? Yeah. You'd want to read the second book in the Heir to the Empire trilogy. Book the first one's quite good. Yeah, I just need to buy them bitches. I think Brandon Dale make 2.1 billion minimum. Yep, I'm with you. Made over 1.8 so far. Yeah. Yeah, definitely more of a side quest film Mando was. I literally did. I walked out of the theater going, yeah, there it was. I got home, Mrs. Chillin was like, how was it? And I said, I should have waited for streaming. When Doom says hell answers to me, I wonder what he means. Just that he's the most badass motherfucker in existence, and therefore everything answers to him. Doom, let's be real. We love Doom. Doom is fucking amazing. But Doom is also a megalomaniac and narcissist of the highest order. So when Doom says hell answers to me, that's just his narcissism and megalomania coming to the forefront. Because he is, I mean, let's be real, he is insanely fucking powerful. So, you know, a certain amount of cockiness is 100% justified, but, you know. Doom also, he dials that shit up to 111. Technically, Mephisto is the ruler of his hell. That is true. Yeah, I saw that meme. That was pretty funny. Darth Vader was inspired from Doom. Yep, that is true. That is a true thing. Yeah, Doom is very consequential. Like, he is definitely on the Mount Rushmore of not Marvel comic villains, but just comic book villains. Period. Like, there's him, the Joker, Green Goblin. Who would my fourth be? And That's going to require actually a fair chunk of thought, but I got 3 out of the 4. Doom, Joker, Green Goblin. There's the best villains in pop culture. Palpatine and Sauron rank high up in general. Oh, I mean, fuck, Vader. Because there are Vader comics, so I'm going to be very pedantic and use that technicality and say Vader. Yeah. Yep. Totally going to live on that technicality. He has had entire comic book runs dedicated to him. Therefore, he is a comic book villain. Therefore, he is on the Mount Rushmore. He's also on the Mount Rushmore of all-time villains. Period. On the page, on the screen, whatever. It don't matter. Vader's Vader, and that's all there is to it. It's so nice to see warning messages that my bitrate is higher than normal. On the other machine, it was below what it should have been. This is the problem I want to have. I want my shit to be running too fast, not too slow. I mean, technically, I want it to run at the exact right speed, but if it has to be, off where it should be, I definitely want it off to the high end and not the low end. So, how was everyone's Saturday? Did y'all have a good Saturday? I had a good Saturday. Ah, you motherfucker. You know what's crazy is last night you were the first one to roll and rolled a 98. Why does Streamlabs like you so much, Lacey? Played a few Left 4 Dead 2 campaigns? Nice. That's cool. What the fuck? Son of a bitch. Look at y'all go. Actually, come to think of it, there has yet to be one loss. I won, Dan won, and then now Brooke and Griff both won. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, shit, if that was real money, you wouldn't. Actually, that's not true. You would actually see me more. I would not have a regular job. I would probably start streaming during the day. Like, real talk. Probably late afternoon, early evening. Like a drive time kind of stream. You know what I mean? Stream you pop on your way home from work. And then continue with when you get home, of course. Pay off mortgage. Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Work's been busy. Hopefully it slows down. Yeah. Noise. Alright, time for the first losing roll, which will be mine. I think it's been long enough. Maybe it hasn't. Has it been 5 minutes since I rolled last? It'll pop up soon, then that means it has not. Oh well. Whenever it lets me, it'll still probably be the fucking first one to lose. All right, well, chat. Shall we get into it? I think what we'll do, I think we will begin with the Star Wars. We'll begin with Ahsoka. They had a lame teaser for fucking Starfighter last night, so I don't care. And it's not even on there. It's not even on their YouTube page, that teaser, so I don't give a fuck. Hopefully this isn't the one that fucking got me blocked last time. But we'll see. So let us together watch the Ahsoka Season 2 trailer, chat. And then we will go back through it and see if we can pick out any cool shit. Are you ready? Let's do this shit.
Tell me, Ahsoka. What troubles you? I'm always walking by your side.
Citizens of the glorious Empire, I have returned. I took an oath to protect the Empire. I therefore declare war on the Rebel Alliance.
Out of vision.
What did you see? More.
More and more danger than I thought.
Balin claimed to have knowledge of a power.
Master!
One that could end wars.
A long time ago, I walked away from the Jedi.
This is your trial, Ahsoka. Maybe time to decide. Are you a Jedi? Or not?
Cool. I still think that was a cool trailer. What up, Icarus? Cool to see Hayden back. Hell yeah. I think this is a pretty good trailer. So let us see what we can see. Obviously, we have some ships. I feel like those are... I don't know. I wish I knew where they were at. Isn't, Fuck. See, now I can't remember anything, because Star Wars has been so meh, I don't remember. What is the name of the Night Sisters' home planet? I can't tell if these are Rebel ships or some of Thrawn's ships, but this... Not sure where they're at. But this kind of reminds me of the Night Sister planet. Dathomir. Thank you. Yes, it's Dathomir.
Tell me, Ahsoka.
Well, we're on the same thing, so maybe this is a... This looks maybe like a Clone Wars flashback? Maybe not. And here we have young Ahsoka back. I can't remember the young actress's name. By the way, in case you don't remember, she was young Gamora in Infinity War. Ariana Greenblatt. There it is. I remembered something. I'm so happy. Anyway.
What troubles you?
Young Ahsoka. I think that's Hayden in a winter coat. Now, who is this motherfucker? I mean, check that out. I mean, we're used to Maul's dual-handled, dual-bladed lightsaber, but I don't think I've ever seen one with shit in the middle before. That's actually kind of cool. But more to the point, who is this motherfucker? Because this is not an orange blade like Balin and Shin's. This is not a red blade like a Sith. This is a Jedi-colored blade. And So, whoever this is, I'm interested. Looks like it could be a cultist working for the Night Sisters. Maybe. Greenblatt was in the movie 65 with Adam Driver. That's cool. That's cool. That's an interesting thought. Brooke, the cultist working for the Night Sisters. Maybe. Except this is a scene with a young Greenblatt and a Hayden. So this is a Clone Wars flashback. You got the Rebel symbol right there. Well, no, that would still work, him working for the Night Sisters, even back in the Clone Wars. Because that was the era of Mother Talzin. Blade would indicate he's a Dark Jedi. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's a hell of a fight scene, though. Why did that look purple? Yeah, just the lighting, I guess.
I'm always walking by your side.
Okay, now we're in present day on Peridia, because that's grown up Ahsoka, and that's Force Ghost.
Citizens of the glorious Empire.
And of course, now we have. Okay, yep. So that is Dathomir. Those were probably Thrawn's ships. We know he's headquartered around Dathomir, so this has to be Dathomir. All right, progress.
I have returned.
But
I took a
all right, so now we're obviously at an Alliance base. We got Hera, maybe Ezra. I don't know. Random Rebel people here. Rebel guards or something.
an oath to protect.
Oh no. Oh, that's Ezra. So Hera, Ezra, and some form of rebel leadership significant.
The Empire. I therefore declare war on the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah, Thrawn ain't fucking around. I think if they nail Abeloth right, Star Wars has a chance. It would be a definite step in the right direction. Blue Person should have been the villain in the third Star Wars trilogy. Yeah. You mean Thrawn? Spicy Dan with a 95. God damn, bro. Your luck in my streams is fucking ridiculous, dude. I mean, these battle scenes look dope as shit. You can tell by the hallways this is still the old Venator class. Or no, that's a different rebel ship. What would that be? Would that be a Corellian thing? That is definitely a Night Sister. Because we've seen him use the bow as this exact energy bow and arrow in the Clone Wars animated show. Plus, I mean, just look at her. Definitely a Night Sister. Now, why this is happening to her, I would like to know. Maybe someone shot her. Oh, do you remember? You guys remember in the Clone Wars show? Yes, Grand Admiral Buck. Maybe I can't remember if I'm remembering this right or not. Wow, I just used the word remember a lot in that sentence. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure. Did they do some weird shit like this when Grievous showed up to the planet and wiped them out, pretty much? Maybe is she doing this because she was resurrected? Maybe they did say they were going there to do a lot of resurrecting, as I recall at the end of Ahsoka season 1. This comes out in January. Should we do a series of watch parties for Ahsoka season 1 so we're caught up, chat? There's going to be anything else to do watch parties for, because I just found out today that Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is also not coming out till January, just like this. Thrawn is better than somehow already dead supervillain returned? Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some Palps, but that was a really lazy premise. Super fucking lazy. All right. Anyhow, she's obviously dying. Wonder if she got shot by somebody. Maybe Ezra stabbed her. Suggest the Patterson cut of Ahsoka 1. Yeah, if we all go to what's his goddamn name? KaiPatterson.com and download it, then we can all watch it together. That's true. I should download that and the Kenobi one. Did you see the Kenobi one? Kenobi one's pretty fucking good. I saw that one. I actually haven't gotten around to watching the Patterson cut of Ahsoka. That's a good fucking idea, though, Icarus. We should do that. That'd be dope. That would have everything we would need in it anyway, because just like what he did with Obi-Wan, he'd cut out all the extra shit we don't fucking need. Alright, so Night Sister attacking via troop transport drilly thing, which actually is pretty cool. Was that a TIE bomber? That was. We get a whole crew of TIE bombers. Or a squadron of TIE bombers. Look at them bitches. Obviously early TIE bombers. They're not what we're used to in the OT, but that's cool. And these troop transport things are sweet. I like the idea. Then we got an escape pod. Looks like it's heading for Dathomir.
Out of vision.
Hold up.
Vision.
Okay, so this is Night Sister, Stormtroopers. Now I wonder if these are living or more zombies. That's the question. Are these zombie troopers? They don't look like they have all the gold shit on them like the zombie ones did, so maybe not. They're just regular troopers. And then we got some Night Sisters. Got the main one up to something here. Can't really tell what, though.
What did you see? More.
Ahsoka and Sabine having a convo.
Art.
These battle sequences look tight. These are Y-Wings, right? Some version of them. I like that, though. That's fucking dope. Yeah, because the little green blasters, I think this is a Star Destroyer.
More and more danger
there
than
it
I
was. Corellian Corvette. I feel like this is another Rebel ship. That's definitely a Rebel ship there. Why does that look like a Trade Federation ring? I know it's not. Oh, because it's one of these. Okay.
More and more danger than I thought.
Okay, so this... Is that the cliff with the father
More and
on
more
it that we saw at the end of last season? I feel like it's got to be associated with that cliff at least anyway. B-Wing, thank you. You're waiting for the Acolyte Patterson cut? As good as Kai Patterson is, I don't even think that would be good to watch. Except for the parts with the stranger, because he was dope. Alright, so they're riding up to something I'm assuming associated with the Mortis shit. I should go back and watch that arc, but I don't know, this shit just looks familiar. Does this look like shit from the Clone Wars, or is this shit from Rebels, maybe? This iconography?
Danger than I thought.
Those two open the door together. We just have to accept Sabine has the Force now.
Balin.
Okay, here's our new Balin. Formerly the Hound from Game of Thrones.
Claimed to have knowledge of a power.
Alright, Yep, Shin and the Hound, Balin. Balin the Hound.
One one that could end wars.
I'm assuming this is inside whatever her and Sabine open. Yep, there's Sabine right there. Oh! Is it just me, or does this look like almost maybe a gateway to the world between worlds? What is this? The symbol, these symbols look very, very, very familiar. Trinity fight in the beginning, that was cool. These symbols all look familiar. I feel like these symbols we've seen in Rebels, and I think probably season 1 of this too. But I think we saw them first in Rebels. Chopper and Zeb. It's definitively an Indiana Jones temple. I mean, yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that because Lucas was involved with Indiana Jones. As we're taking flight into battle. Rebel ship getting blown the fuck up. This battle footage is tight. I will say that. And that one fight looked tight, but that battle footage is really nice.
A long time ago, I walked away from the Jedi.
This is your...
Oh, we have rebel troops directly attacking Dathomir, led by Mr. Bridger here, who has shaved.
Your trial, Ahsoka.
Who's she about to do battle with?
Your trial, Ahsoka.
Or I should say, who are they about to do battle with? Oh, those are fucking critters. Look at these things. I wonder if there's a way to brighten my monitor. This is awful dark. Yeah, look at these critters, all spiny and gollumy. From the looks of things, unsmall. I think these are maybe creations of Abeloth. Maybe. Yeah, I definitely didn't realize these were critters watching it straight through, but look at these motherfuckers. They are all over the place. Oh yeah, they're surrounded. I think that's Sabine right there, and then it's just critter, 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 critter. They're surrounded by whatever the fuck these things are. If Gollum was a pterodactyl, I mean, kinda. Okay, more battling on Dathomir. Ezra with a saber, hopefully not trying to do force food again. That shit was like, wait a minute. Okay, this right here, now it looks mechanical. Or armor. Probably armor. This looks like maybe armor. Combined armor slash weaponry, because blades. Oh, he's got some fancy Night Sister sword thing. Because it's green, and that's the color of their magic. Green is the color of their magic. Stormtrooper with a fancy Night Sister sword. Now we're out of the Winterlands area. And huge Wang whipping out 4 swords, slinging. To fight Shin and those, whatever you call them, that she decided to co-op there at the end of the season, become their leader.
You Jedi. Jedi.
Alright, who's that with a flamethrower? Oh, Sabine with a flamethrower. Cooking some kind of droid, it looks like.
Or not.
Nope. Now we're fighting in the room. Okay, yeah, this definitely this looks like a room to access the world between worlds. If I'm recalling right. Who are these fucks? That's a droid. That's a droid. Looks like they're fighting droids, because that's Ahsoka and that's Sabine. Oh. That looks like one of those critters, but without the sword armor. Kinda does anyway. Okay. In the place where Rey and Ahsoka fought? I think so. I think you may be correct on that one, sir. I think we did a pretty okay job on that, chat. Seeing what was what. What do you guys think? I mean, we watched it overall, and then we went in there and dug in a bit. Thoughts? Opinions? Actually, you know what? While you're thinking of what you think about that, what did you guys think about D23 overall once it got to the shit that we cared about? What do you think of it overall, and what do you think of it compared to SDCC? Oh, I wanted to go 10,000. All right. 4 dope trailers. What was the 4th one? Because we got this, we got Vision Quest, we got Doomsday. What's the 4th one to which you refer? Well, now I'm not annoyed that I didn't type the 4th 0. Percy Jackson season 3. Okay. Yeah, I have not watched that, but you know what? I'm not gonna. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I think I watched the first movie like one time long ago in a galaxy far, far away. What was the first movie? Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief? I think that's what it was. Is that what it was? Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief? Movie bad. Movie bad. Show not bad. Lightning Thief. Okay. Yeah, I don't even really remember the movie. I just remember the fact that I did put it in front of my eyeballs. That's all I remember. But seriously, what do you guys think about D23 and how would you compare it to SDCC? Because I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good. And I'm pretty sure I talked about this a little last night, but you know what? In case you weren't there, here you go. And if you were, well, guess what? It's not like you're not used to me repeating myself. If, let's be honest. Book 3 was never adapted before, so the fans are happy that's coming now. Oh, are they doing a Harry Potter where they're going to take an entire season to go through one book. That's cool. Yeah, D23 was superior to SDCC, which on paper I don't like. I'm used to SDCC being the hype train, and I don't want that to go away. But on the other hand, I do understand if Disney is going to shift more of the sauce to D23 and less to SDCC because, well, that's their own fucking event. So, it only makes sense that they would save the sauce for their own event. But it's still a bummer because we're all used to SDCC being where it's at, man. We, late July, we're like just locked in and ready, like, come on. Give us the goods. Like they brought it in 24, didn't go in 25, and this year 26 was just, it was alright. It was decent. So yeah, they definitely had the sauce here this year for D23, and I feel like that's probably going to end up being the case going forward. As much as I don't want that. Oh, hello, sir. What? Don't look at me in that tone of voice. Oh, can you see? Yeah, you can see him a little bit. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Goober. All right. But yeah, I feel like that's going to be the case going forward. All the Disney, Pixar, Marvel stuff were great equally. I mean, outside of the Marvel and the Star Wars, they did have some cool stuff. No one wants to see your ass. What are you complaining about? God, you're getting grumpy in your old age, dude. Jesus. I thought I was getting grumpy in my old age. My cat takes the cake. Fucking curmudgeon my cat's turning into. But yeah, I think if it goes this way again next year, that'll confirm it. That they will be moving the sauce to D23, and SDCC will just be like an appetizer. Although you can still have a bomb ass appetizer before your meal. So there's no reason for them to like go crazy with saving the goods for D23. You can still have a fire appetizer. But yeah, D23 was superior to SDCC this year. Yep. Any further thoughts on D23 in general compared to SDCC, Ahsoka trailer? Got anything else to chat? Also, start gambling, motherfuckers, and if the chat rate's up, YouTube will love me more. Help me. Help me. All right. Shut up. Nothing? All right, fine. Well, chat, we are now going to move on to the Vision Quest trailer. I thought this was actually a pretty good trailer. I am a James Spader fanboy, so if Spader's in it, I'm probably going to like it more than I would otherwise, potentially. So here we go.
Before you started working here, I remember when you'd come in all the time with that redhead.
Nice Scottish bartender, that'd be fun. You go up bad for yesterday. What? Oh.
I was a different person back then.
How about now?
Oh, never mind. Watching it straight through this time.
Anyone waiting for you tonight?
No. Home is just me.
Green. There we go.
It's like I'm losing my
Who am I? I was an Avenger, but I'm not a hero anymore. I have his face, but not his virtue. All I have is his name.
Welcome home, Vision.
This house is getting crowded, Vision.
Ultron! Human avatars only.
Sir, I cannot overstate the dangers of keeping him around.
He's so fuzzy.
Is it?
Dad? Papa? Peepaw?
I'm a stranger to myself. That family wasn't real.
You sure about that?
I had a father, a machine called Vision.
Muzzle tough. It's a boy.
How is this possible? Free us all and save your son. I wish to understand my purpose.
With a genocidal maniac inside your head.
Nothing bonds a family together quite like mortal jeopardy.
Cool. That's a good trailer. Who's a red glowing eye person? Well, we're about to go back through and try and figure that shit out, bruh. So here we at a lovely little inn and pub. Jay! What's cracking, man? Yeah, I know, it's a good trailer. So we have Vision working at the at the that says the and then can't read the rest.
Before you started working here, I remember when you'd come in all the time with that redhead.
I just love the Scottish accent. Yeah, redhead.
I was a different person back then.
How about now? Anyone waiting for you tonight?
No.
Like, is he living in the cooler? Because that looks like a cooler door, but then it looks like a normal fucking living space.
No.
Yeah, that totally looks like a restaurant cooler.
Home is just me.
I mean, this is an interesting take, putting like half of the show just in his head. But it looks like they did a damn good job with it. And you know what? I'm not surprised because the showrunner is Terry Matalas. And I don't know if any of you watched Picard, but there were 3 seasons of it, and he did season 3, and it was far and away the best one of the 3. He killed it. Welcome to your virtual home in your own head.
like I'm losing my
Who am I? I was an Avenger. But I'm not.
Evidently, he chooses to relive his memories in a theater setting.
Not a hero anymore. I have his face, but not his virtue.
And here we're going to start seeing AIs personified. That's the Irish one that Iron Man had to switch to in Age of Ultron, whose name escapes me right now. Come on, chat, save me on that one.
All I have is his name.
Okay, so we have... I don't remember her name. This, by the way, did any of you... Good one, Icarus. How many of you watched Agent Carter on ABC? Or perhaps you'll recall him from Endgame. This is the original living Jarvis from Agent Carter and Endgame. Like the original human Jarvis before Tony's AI Jarvis that's now Vision. And then that's the AI that took over after Jarvis became the Vision. Whose name escapes me still. Come on, chat. And then I believe I saw somewhere that this guy is Dummy. You know, the one robot from that's Tony's that, you know, always seems to be a little burnt. Like, for example, in Iron Man 1, Dummy was the one that was in charge of extinguishing fires, and then ended up just hitting Tony with the extinguisher even though he was not on fire. I'm pretty sure that's this guy. And then this is obviously one of the other repair bot AIs. Hiddleston? No, there's no Hiddleston. Where are you seeing Hiddleston?
Welcome home, Vision.
This house is getting crowded, Vision.
Alt!
And of course, yes.
Ultron. Human avatars only.
James Spader looking fuzzy. Don't matter though. James Spader's the man. IMDb? Really? Well, they didn't put him in the trailer. Unless it was a quick flash we missed it that we're about to find as we slow clicking.
Sir, I cannot overstate the dangers of keeping him.
What was her name? Come on, guys. The AI from Age of Ultron. Yes, he was. Yes, he was executive judge.
Around.
Yes, but he is
Dad?
Papa? Peepaw. I'm a stranger to myself.
Okay, so we're going to try and catch all of these. Obviously, he's having a bad elevator. Friday. Thank you. Fuck me. Yeah, Friday. Yep. So that was the personification of Friday, the redheaded lady. You know, we're back in the theater. We got WandaVision footage.
That family wasn't real. You sure about that?
Had a father.
And here we get introduced to Tommy, aka Speed. Yeah, I don't know the actress's name. What does IMDb say?
A machine called Vision.
Muzzle tough. It's a boy. How is this possible?
Okay, what the hell was that? Obviously, some shit's going weird in Vision's brain. Orla Brady? Okay. So obviously, shit's going weird in Vision's brain. Glitching. Look at all this weird shit happening. I mean, this does look like circuit patterns, doesn't it? Does it not? Yeah, something's definitely glitching. And what the fuck is this? What is with this weird shadow person thing with the shadow? Huh. Anybody got any guesses? Who or what that would be? If it wasn't weird shit happening, it would not be worthy of the WandaVision trilogy. Agreed. You know, if I didn't know better, y'all ever watched The Blacklist? Because this looks like how Spader looked in The Blacklist. Except in better shape, because Spader's a little chunky. Okay, this is still Vision's house, but shit's gone all Westview here. I think that's Vision. I think that's Paul Bettany himself. Who is this? Was that Tommy, maybe? And never comes into focus. Fuck. Oh, what'd that lever say? Firewall lever. Okay. Oh, his system's been breached, maybe. Maybe that's what that shadow thing represented, was some sort of malware or virus, but some sort of something that breached his system. Todd Stashwick also is in the show. Metellus brings his favorite actors. That is a trend with directors and shit these days, isn't it? Like Scorsese has his clique, Nolan has his clique, Metellus has his clique. Definitely becoming a thing. Tarantino has his clique.
And save your son. Save.
Who the fuck is this? I mean, obviously she has issues, but who the fuck is this? Because that's how Vision was going. If that was Vision. Like, what the hell? I mean, this is in the real world. But what the fuck is even happening? Very curious. Tommy. Looks like maybe they're looking at her. They're definitely looking at something that's not making them pleased. Who's glowing red eye person? Me. I mean, I hit this enough, I'll also be a glowing red eye person. Dry eye red eye, but still glowing in red. Now, was that in his head or was that in the real world? That looked more real.
Wish to understand my purpose.
Alright, dressed like old school Vision. Oh yeah, definitely glitches happening in the brain.
With a genocidal maniac inside your head.
Uh-oh. Wait, this is new. This shit didn't used to be green before, did it? I don't think so. You can definitely tell he's an android. He's eating those bullets quite effectively. What do we have here? Is this the central processor? Is this the core of Vision's dome? Oh, that's why. This is... Okay. This is his original comic book costume, MCU-ified a bit. So yeah, this is the green and the gold. Okay, that explains it. All right. MCU version of the original comic costume.
Nothing bonds a family together quite like mortal jeopardy.
Cool.
Education
Oh,
opened doors for
shut the fuck up. Okay, so I assume. Shut the fuck up. I am going to assume / theorize, guess, however you want to put it, that him going into the MCU-ified OG colored look is probably going to be happening at the end. That's what I'm going with. Now that Metalis is done with Vision Quest, can he go on making some more good stuff like Star Wars, Stargate? I mean, I'd be down. What's his MDB say is next? I feel like he has another project coming up. I feel like I heard that somewhere, but don't quote me on that shit. What do you think, chat? How are you feeling about Vision Quest in a month? Literally, a month. It's the 15th today. That comes out October 14th. It's a month. Except October 14th is a Wednesday. So we'll have one more thing to watch party this year, chat, and it's going to be Vision Quest. Because I feel like I'm going to have zero problem getting past the first couple episodes. I'm down. I won't go so far as to say I'm excited, but I will say I'm looking forward to it. I will say I'm looking forward to it. Damn it. You fuckstick. I better win the next one. Otherwise, I'll be back down below a milli again. Well, no, not quite. But damn close. Yeah, I can definitely say I'm looking forward to Vision Quest. I can't say I'm, like, excited. I'm not all, woo, Vision Quest! But I am looking forward to it. Why is that? Oops, wrong way. How did that get over there? Hold on. There we go. It's, oops. Almost. Hold on. There we go. Now we're cooking. That's where that's supposed to be. How'd that get turned? Fuck the cat, probably. Anyway. Definitely I'm looking forward to it. Oh, thought I had a burp. All right. Chat. We have reached a certain point in the stream. Can't have that music. Gotta be mine. All right. All right, chat. We've got a couple more things to go over, but before we get into those, I have to get into the bathroom and drain the main vein. So, you know what that means. We back in the day. That's right, chat. Just like the titty bar, you only get one song. All right, chat. It's time for the big one. Time for the big dog of the trailers. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room. He used to be different. He used to be kind, he used to be caring. Everything he loved was taken from him. I knew he was lost, but I did not realize that he was broken.
Victor, did you do this?
All of you have lived stolen lives. But now you must give them back.
Answer me, Victor! Did you do this?
I swear, you will beg for a hell long before I grant it.
Hell answers to me. For I am Doom.
Film is not yet rated. It'll be PG-13. Okay. Definitely way better than the first Doomsday trailer. 100%. Thor using his ult and Doom's like, nope. Yeah, we're going to get into that. All right. So, yeah, I did that. No, did I? Hold on. I need to check something real quick, chat. I think I showed you this, but I want to be 100% sure. Hopefully I still have it bookmarked. What the fuck is that? I still have it bookmarked. Yes, I do. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we went over this before, maybe even last night. But I need to take note of what we have going on here. This is, again, I'm pretty sure this is the Fantastic Four armor. And what will probably be how he looks for at least half, if not more, of the movie. Let's take in some of this shit, like important details. This is not very armory. Only has one clasp and a much less ornate belt. Doesn't have like the padded armor look that the other suit has. Okay, keep all this in mind because it's gonna come into play later. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Let's try this again. All right. Time to break this shit down. I'm going to take the day off so you can see it opening night. Right. I need to ask for the day off. All right.
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room.
We have Doom on his throne, already doing the aura thing. And what we have active magic on the floor right here in some sort of rune formation. But he's just in his throne room. He's just chilling with active magic happening, which is just cool.
He used to be different. He used to be kind. He used to be caring.
All right, so we're having some kind of meeting. Now let's watch the backgrounds and see if it doesn't look like. Let's just pay attention. Because Marvel likes to fuck around. The people we think in this meeting might not be in this meeting, or we might not be where we think it's at. But is it just me, or does that not look like he's in a sling? Kind of got his ass beat a little bit. I feel like his arm's in a sling there. So this is post some kind of fight. Is it the fight with the new Avengers? Is it the fight with Doom? Did he manage to survive at least his first fight with Doom? Very curious. I feel like maybe this is the first fight with Doom. And I think the first fight with Doom might be that Sentinel scene at the end of the trailer. And again, I'll explain why. Got a Gambit. Steve. What do we think? Is that the same house where they're at right now? Can't tell from that angle. But it looks like they're in a house. And they all look the same amount of serious.
And then...
But I almost feel like the Steve one, it might not be at that meeting. They're just making it look like it because of the voiceover. I'm not 100% sure.
Everything he loved.
Okay, so we have Doom in his castle. We have the tapestry we saw, and that's the poster.
Was taken from him.
Now, see, this is kind of riveted, so I'm not sure if this is what I'm going to start calling battle armor.
I knew he.
So we've got Shuri, Shang-Chi, and Baku. I think that's Sam. Namor right here. I got to figure out how to brighten my monitor.
Was lost.
Thor.
But I did not.
Yeah, he looks like Doom just knocked fucking Stormbreaker out of his hand like he's a bitch and then fucked him up. I'm starting to think that battle at the X Mansion is like the first battle they have with Doom right when they figure out he turns. I'm starting to think that's the case.
Realize that he was broke.
Okay, now this is full on Doom like what we've seen. He's got two clasps. He's got this old school padded leather armor look. Oh, here's the thing, though, that I saw pointed out. Oh, need to go back farther. It's going to look a little weird.
But I did not realize that he was broke.
Right here, that's somebody else. I'm going to assume it's one of two things. Either one of Doom's servants in Doomstadt, or it's one of the witches. Cat down here right behind my tower. Hopefully it doesn't book, of course. But this is a person. No. Last time you got on there, you stepped on the power button and turned my shit off. I was lying on the floor. No, they're standing. No, that's someone standing. That's the bottom of a cape or a robe. Like that. It's amazing. The mask's expression never changes, but like you can still feel an expression change. That's how good an actor RDJ is. All right. This is looking like all right, I'm just trying to figure out. It looked like maybe these are mountains, but I think this is all just smoke. No, I can't tell. Because if it's mountains, then a lot of people are theorizing this is New York. The question is New York of which universe? Is this Toby's New York at the very beginning of the movie? Is this 828 New York? Is this 616 New York? Is this a whole nother universe we're just going to visit? Is this the X-Men's New York? So yeah, this is a very trashed city and probably New York. The question is, again, which Earth does this take place on?
Victor, did you do this?
And they're at least making it look like this conversation is happening at that location. How to communicate with just an eye look. Seeing people theorizing X-Men New York or the Raimi New York. I personally would agree that it's one of those two. I just can't decide which one. Yeah, I don't think it's any other universe besides one of those two. And the fun part is it could be either one. Now here we have a Franklin and a Johnny Storm. We have all this light. I'm trying to figure out what this is. Is this like a curtain? Are they in maybe the Baxter building and something bad's coming? He's a cute little kid too. Reminds me of my grandson. He's a little older though. That's so adorable. Obviously, Johnny's been in some shit. You can see, you know, all this dirt and shit on him. So, is this... What is this? Is this an inbound incursion, maybe? No telling. I'm going with inbound incursion.
All of you.
But I also feel like they're hiding detail. You know, this might be from the battle that we saw him damaged in that meeting. And from the look on his face, he's about to get dog walked by Victor.
Have lived.
And here we have a look at Love.
Stolen lives.
Quick shot of Loki. Shuri, Ghost, and the new Falcon.
But now you must give
Scotty.
them back.
Sentinel's moving. Okay. So here we have him flying out a window. Now, I've seen some people saying that Mjolnir is what knocked him out of the window, so this might be when they figure out he's up to no good. Now, here's what I'm going to point out. Here's the key. So, I don't know. Some people zoomed in and thought they saw Mjolnir. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I do believe he was blasted out the window in some form or fashion. Because you can see he's coming out backwards because there's his head, there's his shoulders, and his cape is underneath him, not flapping behind him like he's coming out of there on purpose. He got blasted out somehow because he's coming out backwards. And then right there, you can see he turns himself right there. Now I want you to look at this real close. Here's why I say this is right when they figured out the turn. One clasp, plainer belt, no padded leather armor look. This is suit number one. And like I said, he's probably going to spend at least probably halfway through the second act before they figure out what the fuck's going on. So he's actually going to be in suit number one that we saw in that display that I showed you earlier for probably around half the movie, I would say. Maybe even a little longer. But again, plain belt, no leather armor looking shit, only the one clasp. This is suit number one. See? You can get a better look at it. Just the one clasp. More plain cape, more plain belt, more plain that.
You do this!
No, we're used to this scene. Now, the question is,
You will beg for hell long before I grant it.
question is, when did he change? Because this is what I'm going to call the battle armor. You can see when Thor comes flying in, he's got the two clasps, and it's more ornate. See right there, two clasps, darker green thing, padded leather thing, more ornate belt, more of a plate armor looking shit right here. So the question is when and how did he change armors? This has got to be a different battle than the one where he got shot out the ship, unless he went all Loki and just switched it. Because remember how Loki could, specifically in Avengers, remember how he went from civvies to his armor when they captured him in Stuttgart? Maybe Doom can do the same thing. Maybe he maybe he just magicked suit 1 into suit 2. Could be a time jump, like you say, Icarus. 2 separate battles that happened, a certain time apart in the movie itself. But yeah, he's definitely in the battle armor here. That's just ridiculous. Nah. He's just saying, nah. Heard they were casting you on Team Franklin. That's going to be for Secret Wars. Because if they follow the Hickman run for how they end it, he's going to need to be about that old. I'll just, leave it there for now. It's kind of fun. Total Iron Man repulsor move. Bam.
Hell answers to me.
And this is just insane aura farming.
I am Doom.
Yeah, this is the full-on battle armor. You guys seeing the difference? Yeah, this is definitely 2 separate battles at 2 separate points in time, possibly even 2 different locations. I mean, it's Sentinel, so this is in the X-Men universe. Yeah. So obviously, chat, that's a badass trailer. The whole trailer has an AI haze to it. A little bit. A little bit. I mean, it's Marvel, so they're hiding shit. Like usual. Excuse me. Yeah. Look. Cursor places. Pause. That's better, Streamlabs. Thank you. So, chat, what do you think about like the suit switch? What do you think? Do you agree with? What do you agree that one scene he's getting blasted out the window and he's in suit 1? I mean, the differences are there once you finally see him, which took me a minute and time on Twitter to see. I'm going to be honest. So once I saw it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and that allowed me to think about things. And now you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're looking at 2 separate battles at 2 separate locations, 2 separate suits. And the reason he's in the old suit and people are blasting him out of windows is because either he told them what the fuck's up or they figured it out. One of the two. Not quite sure which it'll be, but it'll be one of the two. Yeah, that was a really cool way to end the trailer for sure. Just like, okay, get up, wakey wakey. And I'm quite sure the runes on the back of his gauntlets have much to do with him being able to, finger Stormbreaker. And then swat the Sentinels away. And he did that with 2 separate hands. I don't know if you noticed that. He blocked Stormbreaker with his left hand, which has 1 rune on it. And then he blasted Thor with the other hand and raised the Sentinels with that hand, which has a different rune on it. Like, the design of the costume, I think, is going to matter a lot. The runes on there are going to matter a lot. Which is dope. And then, of course, as we saw at the beginning of the trailer, he had that ginormous ass fucking rune on his throne room. Jesus Christ, throne room floor. That had emanations of magic coming out of it. Question is what the hell is the purpose? I want to know what the hell that rune's for. Why he has it in his throne room, and why it was active at that particular point in time. Prominently. I am super fucking stoked. Super fucking stoked that they are going so magic heavy. Or at least they're making it look like they're going magic heavy. I love that. Because let's face it, every iteration of Doom on film prior to now has been ignored. And it's such a massive part of his character. He becomes a sorcerer because of his mother being a witch. And, of course, also the main driving force, at least in one storyline, was to save his mother's soul from Mephisto's domain. So he learned all the magic that he could find, from her materials. And then, of course, Doom travels a lot. So, but yeah. It's such an integral part of his character, and it's long, long overdue that it's acknowledged in a live-action cinematic feature. Yes. Long overdue. And I am very, very happy to see it. So also, I just remembered something. Based on the difference in the suits, when he's at the tapestry, he's in his battle armor suit. And we've heard leaks talk about how there's going to be one of the final battles is going to be a ginormous one in Latveria. So I figure that's him in his castle. And I think that he was in his battle armor with that rune active on the floor, so maybe that was some kind of something to defend Doomstat from the attack he knows is coming from the X-Men and the Avengers. So I think that is pre-battle. I'm starting to really think that was a witch whose cape and lower leg we saw. Possibly a Doombot, but probably a witch. Possibly a servant of some sort, but probably a witch. a member of his coven. Yeah, that trailer hit a few different points in time, for sure. What do you guys think? I got news for you. We only got one more thing to talk about, and then I'm done. I am a tired YouTuber. Any further thoughts on the trailer and the stuff we have deduced from it, chat? Also, if you're watching on the replay, feel free to drop a comment. Did everyone hit the damn like? Did everyone hit the like? I would greatly appreciate it if you would do so. And also, if you're new, subscribe and the bell, please, too. Just, doot, doot, doot. Done. Super simple, super easy, super quick to do. So, pretty please and thank you. Fucking do it. Just can't wait for the movie. Now that I am fucking stoked for. Spider-Man, I was legit excited and stoked for. Doomsday, I'm legit excited and stoked for. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, shit. Glad you brought that up. Now there's two more things. We'll end on like on a really fun note. All right. Chad, it is now time to discuss the now revealed cast of the X-Men movie. Obviously, we've known for, weeks at this point, 2 at least. Officially known, I should say. We have known for quite some time. That Sadie Sink was Jean Grey. Right here. There she is. Slowly getting turned around to Doomsday. Hopefully the actual movie ends up being good. Oh, it's going to be so good. Trust. Trust chillin', executive judge. Trust chillin'. You will be set. You will be a happy nerd when you walk out of that theater. And then we learned was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. We learned that Kit Connor was going to be Cyclops. There he is. We also learned last week that Samara Weaving is going to be Emma Frost. There she is. I like that she wore all white. Sadie, I'm not Jean Grey Sink. No, that's... You can literally do that with every Marvel actor. Like all of them, you can do that with. First name, I'm not, insert hero name here, last name. You can do that with all of them. And then a pseudo surprise, a combination of a pseudo surprise and a big surprise. Indy Navarrete. I'm not surprised that she ended up being part of this movie. I am surprised that she is going to be Rogue. Now, just because I'm surprised does not mean that I do not like it. I've seen all kinds of AI images of her, like, in, various looks of Rogue, and it works. Exactly. It works. Now, I freely admit, I was hoping for whoever they hired for Rogue to be a bit more curvy, shall we say, with respect. And as you can see right here, not the curviest of women, Ms. Navarrete. Do any of you know the actual proper pronunciation of her last name? So, while she may not be quite as curvaceous as Rogue, damn fine looking young lady. Samara Weaving, damn fine looking. What the hell is she? Samara's like 30, right? Sadie Sink, fine looking. And then we get to the big surprise. We have our storm already, and it's Maya Boyd. Do any of you know who the fuck Maya Boyd is? Because I don't. Let's look up Maya Boyd. Wikipedia. Don't care about that. I care about her work. Oh. Okay. Alright, so here she is. Maya Simone Boyd is an American actress. Obvi. She began her career performing in stage productions while attending college before making her Broadway debut. Okay, so she's a stage actress. And I think she sings as well. That's not a bad thing, though. A lot of Hollywood stars will go back and forth. They'll make a couple movies, then they'll go do like a play or two. Oh, shit. Get out of my face. Oh, she's a Michigander. Born in Ann Arbor, went to U of M. Hail, baby. Cheat. That's automatic cred in my book. Right there. Born in Ann Arbor, went to U of M, which is in Ann Arbor. Total Ann Arbor, Michigan girl. Like Bob Seger. He's from Ann Arbor. Did y'all know that? Bob Seger's a Michigander. Song Down on Main Street is about Main Street in Ann Arbor. Just thought you should know. Alright, so she attended the University of Michigan and earned a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater. Well, that explains why she went to Broadway first. Made her Broadway debut in Merrily We Roll Along, and later played Juliet Capulet in the Broadway production of And Juliet. August 2020 announced that, yeah, we know that. This will be her feature film debut. So we have 3 stage plays. So, stage actress, not even doing television first, just jumping right to fucking an MCU movie. But exactly the kind of actor / actors they want right now. They want them young, cheap, and signable for a decade. She is definitely that. Even indie, despite Obsession blowing up, she will not be expensive. That's a short career. Yeah. That is a short career, and I can understand if, there are concerns. I mean, it's not the lengthiest of resume, and it's all on Broadway. This is her first, camera thing for the most part. Outside of interviews and maybe a special appearance here and there. So I can understand if there are concerns. However, I have to say this as well. I can't remember her name, but the woman in charge of casting for the MCU has rarely, if ever, missed. I'm sure that it hasn't been perfect. I'm sure she's made a mistake or 2, maybe 3, tops. But her record as for casting in the MCU, and it's been the same chick the whole time. She's been doing this since Iron Man 1. So, yeah. She saw something. It was like beyond the business considerations. She must have seen something, so Then, of course, we have Christopher Abbott as Professor X, and Adam Driver is Sinister, and of course he's not in the picture because he's at Pinewood. For some reason or other. There we go. Oh, whoops. Helps if I do that. Yep, here we are. Rogue, Cyclops, Emma, Xavier, Jean, Storm, and the director Jake Schreier in his very, very yellow shoes. Jesus. I can see the vision. I need to see him with no fucking hair above his neck, though, except his eyebrows. I've seen people do it with AI, but I don't think it's, it'll still be. I mean, AI gives good idea, but I am very curious, see him in fucking Professor X mode. Time to get the clippers out and the razor, bitch. What do you guys think of this cast? Are you pleased with this cast? I think it's a good cast. And I'm gonna say it, chat. I'm gonna say it out loud. Ain't nothing but hotties up in here. Now, hopefully, they will learn and costume them at least somewhat closer to, what comics look like. Unless, all very, very attractive. But let's face it, not one of them has the traditional comic book build. But this is a pretty good cast. Now, and of course, along with Adam Driver as Sinister, he's gonna fucking kill that shit. I am 100% confident in Adam Driver's ability to be like a really good Mr. Sinister. I mean, look what he was able to do with the Kylo Ren role. He took that lame ass role and ended up being the favorite part of the movies for most people. So if he can do that with Kylo Ren, he can fucking pull off a damn good Mr. Sinister. Yeah, cast good, make writing good too, then good movie. Well, this encouraged me, and I'm hoping this encourages you. Jake Schreier said in an interview with I don't remember who that his two main influences from the comics in terms of runs is the Claremont run and the Hickman run. Those are his two biggest influences for this movie. Claremont and Hickman. My God. You couldn't pick two better fucking comic book writers to influence your movie. Especially when it comes to the X-Men. You literally can't, because of course Claremont's run in the 80s is still the definitive run. It gave us the team that, if anyone knows about the X-Men, Claremont's team is the one they think of. It's the animated team. I don't know if Jubilee was on there, but, it's basically the animated X-Men team for the most part. They took their inspiration from the Claremont run. And then, of course, we have Hickman's run, which was, for the most part, the Krakoa era. Now, I don't think they're going Krakoa for the first movie. But, there are definite concepts that Hickman used that they could adapt. I mean, let's face it. Marvel Studios has never and probably will never do a one-to-one adaptation of anything. That's just never going to happen. But if they pick quality influences, like what Schreier's using, like that one, what's his goddamn name? Wow. Totally brain farting. I need to come up with this one myself because this is embarrassing as shit. Wow. Christian Bale. That gif of Christian Bale from American Psycho where he's like, that's how I feel about Claremont and Hickman being Jake Schreier's influences. Can't adapt comic movie to 1-to-1, but yes. We had Cloud Galactus and comic accurate Galactus. Yes, true. Space Fart Galactus was Ias, which only makes sense because it was a space fart. Kind of like Marak was a Night Sister fart in Ahsoka Season 1. Yeah. But, yeah, so Claremont and Hickman being his main influences, booyah. That's, I'd love to hear shit like that, I guess, is pretty much my point. But now, we have to think about who we have not seen yet, chat. We have our Xavier, we have our Cyclops, we have our Jean, we have our Storm, and then we have Emma and Mr. Sinister. I'm assuming, well, obviously Mr. Sinister is going to be a villain. I'm assuming Emma is probably going to, at a minimum, be an antagonist. But that's only 3 members of the X-Men team. And the Professor. There's still 2 more we need to get to their whatever the MCU's iteration is going to be of the 4 or 5. Now, we still don't have anything confirmed yet, but last we knew Charles Melton was still in talks to be Beast. So that'll be 4 if they stick with, I mean, obviously they're going to stick with Beast even if they don't get him. Do we have Magneto? If the rumors from long ago are still accurate, then there will not be Magneto or Wolverine in this movie. So no, we have no Magneto. I'm sure they will eventually cast Magneto, but if the reports are accurate, it won't be for this movie. Or, since this is an MCU movie, they made Magneto in a post-credit. That's entirely possible. But so far as being a main character in the movie, don't think so. Nor will there be a Wolverine in this movie. We're going to have, obviously, Sinister is going to be the villain in this. And of course, as we know, Sinister eventually leads to Apocalypse. And I will lose my shit if they go with the Rockpocalypse. I don't give a fuck what Josh says. That is a garbage fucking idea. And I will lose my fucking mind. Whenever they do the Magneto backstory, that is the kicker. That is going to be the hardest part of probably the entire saga, is making Magneto's backstory and current age make fucking sense. I wish them all the luck in the world figuring that shit out. Yep, exactly. He'd be like 100. So, and giving themselves more time to figure that shit out might also be a reason he's not in the fucking first movie. Because they're like, man, we got to figure out how to do this without pissing off, like, everybody. So, that's just pure speculation, but, you know, it almost kind of also makes sense. Like, they need to take as much time as they need to figure that shit out. Because they are walking such a delicate line with that. Yeah, and there's always time travel. I've heard people bandying about the idea of a secondary mutation for him and Charles of slow aging. Not the same as Wolverine's healing factor that is keeping him around, but just a slow age, just like a secondary mutation of a slow aging. I mean, a secondary mutation isn't unheard of. Jean's a telepath that's also a telekinetic, for example. Same with Cable. secondary mutations are an established thing. So if they wanted to go that route, I mean, they'd have to do it with both Magneto and Charles. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever they do, obviously there will always be some people that are like, that's fucking dumb. Or that's lazy, or, whatever. And you know what? I or we could end up agreeing with that take. You never fucking know. But yeah, that's going to be a bitch, but it's not a bitch they got to worry about May of 2028. Which, by the way, is the official release date. I still think that should have the summer slot and not Ghost Rider, the July slot, but it is what it is. Don't know what that means there, Chris. Dry skin on my nose. Anyway, so we're definitely probably, we're going to have a beast, but again, that's still only 4. Who's going to be the 5th one? There are options. If they want to use Claremont and Hickman as an influence, but also go back to Stan Lee as an influence, we got Scott, Jean, Storm, Professor, Scott, Jean, Storm, Beast. And if they're going old school, maybe Angel? I don't know if they're going to go Nightcrawler yet. But Angel was one of the OGs from back in the 60s. But also, I think so was Iceman. He was pretty early on in the X-Men as well. They should let Ryan Reynolds do the not pissing off. Okay, yeah, when Deadpool tried not to piss off by digging Wolverine on the grave. Yeah, I don't know. No. I'd rather they didn't. Yeah, that's the question. Is who's going to be number 5? Will it be Angel? Will it be Iceman? Will they maybe go more modern? And make it like, I don't know, Nightcrawler or Morph or some shit? Don't think it's going to be Gambit. Deadpool and Magneto, it's coming. Stop it. Stop it now. Yeah, that's going to be the fun one, chat, is who's going to be the 5th. They have options. They have a lot of options. If the rumors are true, it's going to be more like the 60s lineup, which means that if he's using Claremont as an influence, it's going to be Claremont's what's the word I'm looking for? It'll be Claremont's vibe. It'll be soap opera-y and character heavy. Character interaction will mean a lot. Like, it'll be the emphasis, which, it should be with the X-Men. I mean, obviously, there'll also be, cool mutant action badassery happening, but, going character heavy and interaction heavy and make it even kind of soap opera-y is a big part of what made Claremont's run so popular. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I feel like Hickman leaned into that too in his run. So, that's a good thing. Now, the other big question about this movie is how hard are they going to lean into the social aspects of the X-Men? What kind of? I mean, the X-Men, along with being soap opera-y and having badass mutant shit, the X-Men is and always has been, and it's been a big part of it. It's social commentary. Like, let's be real. I mean, it started off a commentary on growing up and dealing with the changes in your life that basically begin at puberty, which is when the X gene tends to kick in. And, being, how it feels to be young and othered for whatever reason. And then the definition of other expanded into, and on purpose, expanded into social commentary on race relations in the late 60s. You could say in modern parlance that X-Men, almost from jump, have been woke. Unabashedly so. Now, it's been done well for the most part, which is, why it is still a big part. So, question is yeah, I know. It's weird how that is, isn't it, Icarus? Yeah. So the question is how hard are they going to lean into it, and which parts of it are they even going to deal with? Are they going to go race heavy? Are they going to get into the LGBTQ community? Both? Neither? Will they go like more government level of political? I'm definitely interested to find that out as well. What the subject matter or matters will be, and how hard they're going to lean into it. They could do ICE. They already are. It's called the Department of Damage Control. Yeah. But for mutants. Yeah, they already are. Guess what, chat? That's Spider-Man. Yes, but the DODC is, well, actually, the DODC's been around since Homecoming. They were utilized in Ms. Marvel also already, and now they've been utilized. Yeah. And don't forget, Tremel Tillman's character, William Metzger, in the comics is very, very anti-mutant. He was in the X-Men comics. He's from the X-Men comics. Very anti-mutant, like Stryker and whatnot. Feel like the ODC will change into MRD eventually? Yeah. I mean, they already kind of are. To a certain extent. They may change the name. They probably should. Once we're, into the actual X-Men, they probably should. Or they should also incorporate, what is that? The something or other Human League? Help me out with that one. They need to incorporate them as well. Or was it just the Anti-Mutant League? I don't remember. You know what I'm talking about. As long as they do it as allegory and not literally, like in Picard Season 2, which doesn't exist, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I mean, that's also one of the reasons they were able to get away with it for as long as they have, is it's always been more allegory than a direct commentary, like, for example, The Boys engaged in. It was still somewhat allegory, but they didn't try too hard to make it actual allegory. So, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see, like, the dance they're gonna engage in order to keep shit true to the X-Men, but without going crazy overboard as Disney has been doing for the last few years. But Chad, I gotta freaking pee again. So here you go. All right. Time's up. All right, chat. Any further thoughts on the X-Men? Who the fifth member of the core team might be? Maybe they go 6. You never know. It'll be very interesting to see how they finish out the cast in general. And then, of course, how they will handle the X-Men tradition of some form of social commentary. Yay! I rolled 66. So that's all my subject for tonight, chat. Oh! Hold up. I said we were going to do something fun. We're going to watch a little something.
It can be scary to let go of a job.
You're a sad man? Why? I have a new Spider-Man movie for us? Actually, I do. We're going to watch the brand new day pitch meeting, chat, because we're going to end on a fun/funny note.
Job, even if said job is painful. Indeed brings real opportunities that match your skills right to you.
Yeah,
Isn't that refreshing? Complete your Indeed profile and help jobs find you.
Find these nuts. Oh, here we go.
So, you got a new Spider-Man movie for me?
Holy
Brand
hair.
new day. Oh, let's skip the small talk if you don't mind. I want to hear about this movie. Okay, so this is going to take place 4 years after Doctor Strange made everybody forget Peter Parker because Tobey Maguire's presence was going to ruin everything or something. I've heard that he has that effect on people, so what's Peter been up to? Well, he's just going to be all in on being Spider-Man.
Tobey
He's fighting
catching
local
strays.
crime in New York like he's fighting Scorpion and Tombstone. Oh, Scorpion and Tombstone are going to be in this, huh? What are they going to do? Be in it just enough so we can feature them in the trailer. That's perfect! But you know what? I think it's gonna be refreshing to have Spider-Man on the street again, you know, after all the cosmic and wizarding magical stuff he's been through. Hey, that's the great thing about green screen and CGI, so we can do whatever we want. Actually, I was thinking we do a lot more practical stuff. Have a human in the suit a lot of the time, but computers can do that. But I'm thinking maybe they shouldn't all the time. Maybe this one can feel like less than of Adobe After Effects composition than the other ones. You sound crazy, man, but all right, we'll try it. Oh, and also we're gonna have Black Widow in this a little bit. You know, Florence Pugh. Oh, what's she doing here? Well, nobody went to see her Thunderbolts movie, so we gotta let the general public know that the new Avengers are a thing before Doomsday comes out. Got it. Oh, and also he's gonna work with the Punisher sometimes, and they have very different methods, so it's fun. You know, Spider-Man's more wholesome. Punisher, he does, you know, brutal killings. Oh, he does do that quite often. He's taken so many lives. But he's a big old goofball, too. So Peter and him team up to fight this telepath that seems to control people and do bad guy stuff. Oh, very scary. And intense. At a certain point, this telepath makes an old man step in front of a car. Whoa. Yeah. If that car was moving, that could have been awful. No, it was moving. Oh, my God. Yeah, this friggin' telepath is ruthless. And Peter finds out that they keep attacking the Department of Damage Control looking for something called VMAX. Ooh, is that like a workout supplement? No. Is this a jacked mind control person? Is this Chris Angel? It's not Chris Angel, no. And the Department of Damage Control wants Peter to kind of take care of this because he seems to be immune. Hasn't the Department of Damage Control been pretty uncool to Peter in the past? Yeah, but he trusts them wholeheartedly and gets right on the case for them. A very trusting Spider-Man. And meanwhile, Peter's also going through some changes. Ah, well, it's about time. I was starting to get a little worried. It's gonna be weird to hear him with a deep voice. Actually, he seems to be kind of mutating into more of a spider and less of a Peter. He's got heightened senses. He's got organic web stuff oozing out of him. Having new stuff ooze out of you is tight. But he can't really seem to actually control this. It's becoming kind of a problem. He accidentally injures a cop. Oh, sounds like maybe he needs to make a little device to block the spider stuff. Inhibitor. And he bitter too? Whoosh, jeez. No, I said inhibitor. It makes him less of a spider. Nah, I would say that biting someone is very spider-like. He definitely needs some kind of little device now. Yeah, good idea. I'm very good at this. Anyway, eventually we're gonna find out that this telepath is actually Jean Grey. She's from X-Men Apocalypse. She is, amongst other things. Wow. Spider-Man must freak out. No, because he hasn't seen the X-Men movies. Right. So yeah, obviously this is kind of a big thing. We're really bringing the X-Men into the MCU here. Oh yeah. So who do you think we should get to play this part? Oh, we could just pull the same move as last time. Grab the redhead from whatever TV show has been recently popular with young adults. I mean, we don't need to cast a natural redhead. We could dye anyone's hair red and get canceled. No, thank you. That probably would happen. I refuse to have any imagination on this point. Sadie Sink it is. So she starts targeting Peter since he's working for damage control, and she can't get inside his head, so she's like, what's going on there? Because he's all gooed up with spider webs in there. That's where he stores that stuff. No, so she freaking mind controls the Punisher and the Hulk and MJ. She's just attacking Peter from all angles. Does she make MJ punch him or something? No, that one was more of a psychological attack. She takes over MJ, kisses Peter, acts like the kiss brought back her memory, then laughs at Peter, then as MJ jumps off a building, so he has to like rush and save her. Jeez! But we're gonna find out she's actually trying to find her sister who was taken by damage control. Still, is that not fully redemptive? Uh-oh, that might come back to bite me later. I feel like if she had just mentioned that she's trying to rescue her sister, this whole thing could have been avoided.
Sophie
yeah,
Turner
but the
from
movie
Game
has
of
to
Thrones.
happen, so she's gonna keep her entire life's purpose as a little secret just for herself. Fair enough. Oh, and then also MJ finds this love letter that Peter wrote to her, but she's like, well, I don't love you because I don't know you. Super selfish of her, very disappointing behavior. And then some more bad stuff's gonna happen. We're gonna find out that VMAX isn't actually a protein powder, but rather a sticker, and it's the last thing that Jean's sister saw before she died at damage control. Oh my god, I bet Jean's gonna be pissed when she finds that out. She is! I bet. She gets so angry and powerful, she freezes a bunch of people inside a big radius like old senile Professor X. Uh-oh. And she mind controls some ninjas to attack Peter, and he's gonna have to fully embrace his new mutations if he wants to beat them. Is that gonna be hard to do? Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, it's pretty much the end of the movie, and he really wants to now. Well, great. And then Peter lets Jean inside his head, and she is just absolutely moved by seeing Aunt May, so she decides to be a good guy now. Was she not moved by the stuff she saw in the Punisher's mind or the Hulk's mind? They've been through some stuff. Yeah, well, the thing is, their memories didn't star Marissa Tomei. That's a fair point. I didn't consider that. So Peter's like, Jean, you're not a killer.
Oh, I see where you're going with that.
Yes, she is. No, she's not. She made an old guy walk in front of a car. Well, we don't know that that guy died for sure. Still, she's just not a killer. She just doesn't have it in her. She made MJ jump off a building. Didn't die. Didn't die. Redemption arc complete. Now get all the way off my back about it. All right. Let me remove myself from your backside. Oh, don't say that way. So how does the movie end? Well, Jean lets everybody go, but Frank had freaking already fired a sniper rifle at her, so Spider-Man jumps in front of the bullet. He steps in front of a bullet. That kind of thing will get you shot where I'm from. Yeah, that's how that works everywhere. So Punisher carries Spider-Man to the hospital and then stays by his side, and it's kind of sweet. Isn't the Punisher like a super wanted fugitive? He just carries Spider-Man into a hospital and hangs out for a while? He does, and then he helps Spider-Man escape by dressing up like him and grunting like a gorilla. What? It's John Bernthal. He's got a grunt somewhere in the script. It's in his contract. Right. And so that's about it. Oh, also, a post-credit scene. We're going to see there's this spider tracker that Ned made, and it shows that Spider-Man's in outer space. What? Avengers, anyone? Wait, so the Spider-Man tracker actually has a tracker on Spider-Man? No, it just works with like reported sightings of Spider-Man. So we're saying that someone reported that they saw Spider-Man in outer space? Hey, shut up. So what do you think? Well, listen, let me put it this way. It doesn't even really matter what I say here. It's gonna smash cut to an article about how successful this movie was. What are you talking about? See? Oh, wow. Look at that.
Hi, this is Ryan George from The Thing You...
That was fucking great. That was hilarious. That's like the best one he's actually done in a minute. Last few were, well, of course, I think he had something going on. Took a break for a while and shit like that. But that was the best one in a hot minute, I gotta say. I didn't realize I've been muted this whole fucking time. Why didn't anyone say anything? And how did you know what I said? Anyway, yeah, that was Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones. In 2 good movies and then 2 that we want to forget. First Class and Days of Future Past were pretty good. Apocalypse and... I was not muted. I literally just looked down. Oh, I wonder if that got through my camera mic. Because Streamlabs told me my mic was muted. So my mute doesn't work. Is that what we're saying? Fuck. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, no. First Class and Days of Future Past were pretty good. Those last 2 that kind of fuck everything up. I mean, I don't think they're like straight garbage, but they're definitely nowhere near the first 2. Actually, they're just nowhere near being like good comic book movies at all. Logan was great. Yes, Logan was amazing. Logan is definitely top 5, possibly top 3, like all time comic book movies, period. No, you should go back and watch First Class of Days of Future Past at least. You know, if you choose not to watch Apocalypse or Dark Phoenix, then you know. I'm not gonna be like, no, you must. Woo. Yes, Days of Future Past was. That's the best one of those four. Kind of funny how that tends to work out. No, at least it worked out with the X-Men movies. In the OGs with the older cast, X2 was the best one of those, and Days of Future Past, which is the second release of the young cast, is the best one of those. If that trend continues, I'm already looking forward to the second X-Men movie. Apocalypse is when Moon Knight was a bad villain. Moon Knight wasn't even in that movie. Oh, yes. Never mind. I'm caught up now. Shut it. Yes, Apocalypse is when Moon Knight was yes. Yes, Apocalypse is the movie with that Quicksilver scene. Yeah, I got it. Took me a second, but I got it. I'll hang out for a few mo. But not too much mo. But I'm definitely open to chat about some stuff for a minute. If you guys got anything, I'm done. I was done after the X-Men cast, which is why we watched some other... Ooh! A 1. Yeah, I got countdown to Doomsday category on Disney Plus. Would they put in it like everything from Phase 4 and 5? Plus Endgame? I'll tell you what I'm going to be rewatching is I'm going to be rewatching Age of Ultron in honor of the Vision Quest show. I'm not going to rewatch all of WandaVision and Agatha before that. No. But I will watch Age of Ultron. That's definitely getting rewatched before Vision Quest comes out. Might even get rewatched a couple times because that's still 2 months away. Yeah. Ba, ba, ba. Not everything, but some movies from the Infinity Saga, Phase 4 and 5, and X 1 and 2. Okay. Infinity Saga shit in there, huh? That's cool. Alright. I'm gonna go bye-bye now. I am ever so grateful that you guys chose to hang out tonight, choose to hang out in general. I appreciate you. You guys are the best community. I know every streamer says that, but whatever, fuck them. You are the best community. So, we'll see you Wednesday at 9. Hopefully something cool happens between now and then. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And we'll see you later. Bye. We did it again, chat. As a community, we have accomplished another fun stream. Thank you for being the awesome motherfuckers that you are. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chatting. Hope you have a good Sunday and a good beginning to the week. We'll see you back here Wednesday night at 9. Oh, fuck. Lanterns premieres tomorrow night. So we'll at least have that to talk about on Wednesday. All right. Love y'all. You're the dopest. And as you go about the beginning of your week, remember this. Wherever you're at and whoever you're with, always keep it nerdy. Much love, y'all. See you Wednesday. Bye-bye.